The bridge between where you are now and where you want to be consists of other people. You don't live in a vacuum that sucks you up to success. Rather, you're lifted to success by others who are influenced to support you. So these could be your clients, your colleagues, or even your competitors. So the question is, can you learn to be more influential with these people? Or is influence simply a trait that either you're born with or without? Well, we find the answer to this question in an unlikely place with a little bird called the herring gull. Now, herring gull chicks display a remarkable pattern of behavior. Whenever they see the red dot on their mother's beak, they immediately open up their own beak as wide as possible and clamor to get fed. This is an entirely automatic response. Even if you show the little chick something that looks like the red dot on its mother's beak, for example, a dot painted on a stick, it'll display the same behavior each and every time. Another example is turkeys. Female turkeys will take anything in under their wing that emits the characteristic chirping sound of baby turkeys. Even if you show a female turkey something that looks like its natural predator, for example, a stuffed animal of its natural predator, it'll fight it off. But researchers have shown that if you wire a little transmitter inside, press a button, and it goes chip, 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 the turkey brings it in under her wing. So these are just two examples of how animals have evolved to respond in a fixed, automatic way as a tool for survival. So the question then is, does the same apply to humans? What do you think? The answer is yes and no. I mean, I can't think of a human fixed response that's quite as simple and direct as a herring gull and a red dot. And, surely as humans, we like to think of ourselves as being these thoughtful decision makers and not puppets or slaves of our own inner drives. However, there are ways to influence and modify human behavior into what is, in effect, a fixed response. And because of this, humans can behave quite predictably. Here's an example. Let's try an experiment. You can see 5 pictures on screen. I want you right now to choose one of the 5 pictures. Now, you can change your mind as many times as you like. Don't tell the person next to you. All I want you to do is to remember one picture. Have you got one in mind? Excellent. Now, isn't it crazy that I know for sure that you're thinking of the picture of the tree? Isn't that crazy? No, obviously not. There's no way that I could know that you're all thinking of the tree. I just said that to freak those of you out who were thinking of it. I hope you enjoyed that moment of amazement. I can't possibly know that, but what I do know is that most of you were thinking of either picture number 2, the teddy bear, or number 4, the dog. Now, don't worry if this didn't work on you. It doesn't work on everyone all the time, but why does it work on most people most of the time? Well, let's have a look. You see, your brain sees pictures number 1 and 5 as being too extreme on the outsides and therefore a little bit too obvious. The same applies to a slightly lesser extent to the picture in the middle, and so your brain lands up feeling that number 2 and 4 are the freest and least predictable options. But by choosing them, you've demonstrated just how predictable us humans can be. Now, I do see some of you in the audience, you didn't choose number 2 or 4, and you haven't been so easily led or manipulated. But in fact, all that you've proven in purely statistical terms is that you're just not normal. Look, the lesson is clear. When I teach you how humans respond automatically to certain stimuli, then you'll be able to increase your influence effectively. It's a skill. Influence can be learned. And when you invest in your ability to develop influence, it pays back dividends. I'm not talking about manipulation here. I'm talking about positive and ethical influence, the type of authentic influence that will help you and your teams become better at leading, better at selling, better at working cohesively together. In fact, outside of the office, influence helps with your social and personal life. When I teach you how the mind is influenced, you'll even be able to influence your own mind to remain more motivated and more focused. This is a topic that I'm passionate about. I'm fortunate to have presented thousands of times all over the globe, and for my book to have reached best-selling status. Don't miss the opportunity to become the most influential version of yourself. Thank you.